Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got Fantastic Four, first step, official teaser trailer, Easter egg breakdown. You feel me, man? And to me, the trailer looks good, though. To me, though, you know, I'm looking forward to it. You feel me? People got mixed opinions on it. People saying it's good, people saying it's ass. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's 50-50, like always. You know, every time Marvel drops something, it's always 50-50. It ain't never be 90%. Y'all be in the middle. You know what I mean? It's 50-50.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires, and as promised, right on cue, we got the brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four this morning. We are going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb because there are a ton of Easter eggs and references in here you might have missed. Try to explain what's going on with the plot best we know it, and of course point out some villains that made some quick cameos and during this trailer. We're breaking it all down. The first teaser trailer for the Fantastic Four. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. So if you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway.
Hey, y'all. I mean, check us out.
If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, if the trailer opened with immediately giving you WandaVision vibes, that's because it is. It's Matt Shakman who's directing this, the same guy who did WandaVision.
Oh. Okay. They kind of do though, yeah. I see it now. Like I ain't think of that first on my mind, but now you said it, it kind of do.
This is very clearly set during the 60s. We know that from the imagery that we had already seen in yesterday's teaser trailer. You can tell by the interior on their house as well, and it starts by Reed Richards sort of giving an exposition about what the Fantastic Four is to what looks like reporters walking around the Baxter building. Keep in mind, reports have said that the Fantastic Four are already a thing in this universe that is very clearly not the 616, and they sort of have celebrity status. That's why these reporters would be wanting to get a glimpse.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, they could. Yeah, you can tell they already at
their everyday life. Then we get our first look at the Baxter building, which we already got a look at the inside of in 838, where the Illuminati met, but we have not seen in this unyet named timeline. And keep in mind, again, guys, this is not the 616. Then we got our very first look at the robot Herbie. Now, Herbie has a super interesting backstory. When the Fantastic Four property was made into an animated series back in 1978, the character of Human Torch was unable to be used. Now, at the time there was this rumor, it was because people thought that Marvel thought the kids would practice self-emulation if they saw the Human Torch, so they got rid of him and replaced him with a robot. That's just not true.
Yeah, I was like, what? That don't make sense, but hey, that's what they think.
It's ad-free YouTube and YouTube Music Premium, a whole app just for streaming.
Really happened was they had already licensed out the Human Torch, so they needed to replace him with a character. Herbie the robot ended up being it. The other really interesting thing about Herbie is that the whole reason that Reed Richards created him was in order to help him find Galactus. That's the whole purpose of Herbie existing, is to aid in Reed Richards' search for Galactus,
That's
which
crazy.
we'll end up seeing at the end of this trailer. Now, I really like the next interlude between Herbie and the Thing because they really could show us anything they want out of the film. But again, this movie's all about family, and this is a very family thing where he tastes Herbie's sauce, pretends that it's okay, but then starts saying that, you know, he's going to add a couple of ingredients for his own taste. But I just want to take a minute to mention here that the CGI on Thing is absolutely amazing. This
to me it looked good. That's what I was saying, like, while I did my trailer, like, it looked good, in my opinion. It looked good.
The same way that Marvel Studios does mocap on, say, the Hulk, but when you compare this character model to, say, something like maybe Korg or She-Hulk, I think he just looks miles ahead of that. Just my opinion, I think it looks incredible. Also, real quick Easter egg down here in the corner, it says Kaplan's sales special, and Jeff Kaplan is the guy who wrote the screenplay for this film. And of course, you get the classic Ben Grimm look. He used to wear a hat and a huge oversized trench coat as to sort of hide his appearance when he was out in public and not superhero-y. Now, we've got to double back to what's probably the biggest Easter egg.
Yeah, a lot of people was screenshotted.
Yeah. Now, very clearly, there's going to be a lot of stuff on this chalkboard, and I took time trying to look at the equations. I'm not a master mathematician. Couldn't really make heads or tails of it because of how some of it was scribed out. I searched some of it and didn't find anything. But what is very clearly drawn here and over his left shoulder on this chalkboard,
yeah, a lot of people screenshot that.
It's made to look like that, and you can clearly see the words enter and exit, how a wormhole would work. This explains exactly how they're going to go from their timeline to the 616 if he's already starting to think about wormholes and or how multiverse travel would work. And remember, Nathaniel Richards is a distant relative of Reed Richards. That's who He Who Remains and King the Conqueror is. It's a distant relative. It's a Richards. And so as I've said, Council of Kanes, Council of Reeds, where there's multiverse travel, there's a Richards. Then we get a beautiful metaphor by Sue Storm after Reed Richards is sort of recounting what happened to them, explaining that basically their superpowers sort of replicate who they were. Ben Grimm was always the rock of the group. Johnny Storm always had a little fire to him. And then we get some really cool shots of them all bounding into action. The Fantastic Car, a Flame-On series from Human Torch, the Thing running, and then a very first look at John Malkovich's character. Now, slightest spoiler warning here if you want to go into this movie not knowing what role he's playing, but rumors have suggested that John Malkovich is playing a character named the Red Ghost or Ivan Kragoff. He's a character that's obsessed with cosmic rays, i.e. what happened to the Fantastic Four, and he uses them on apes to turn them into super apes, and he has an army of them. Now, I think it's right up John Malkovich's entire career to do a role like this, and I highly suspect that he's going to have the Teddy KGB accent from Rounders. One can only hope. Then we get the money shot of the whole trailer. You see Galactus' shadow encroaching on New York, and then a shot of Galactus from the back of his head looking at the Statue of Liberty. Now, I already saw some comments in a couple of places online talking about the size and perspective here. Guys, Galactus, as part of his power set from the comics, has always been able to infinitely shrink and enlarge himself to quantities and masses unknown. That's been part of how they've sort of shown him in the comics. Sometimes he is smaller and closer to human size. Sometimes he is enormous and can eat a planet. So obviously what's going on here is he's shrinking himself in order to be on the Earth instead of, well, way bigger than the size of the Earth to eat it. Now, Galactus is one of the best-known Marvel characters, definitely one of its biggest villains, and his backstory, while it has changed a couple of times with rewrites, it is very well established on the internet. There are so many videos covering who and what Galactus is. I highly recommend you segue into watching one of them. I know I've got a couple here at the channel. The important thing to remember about Galactus, though, is that he has heralds, one of which is Shala Bal, which is the female Silver Surfer. That is not taking the place of Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. They decided not to show any heralds during this video, although I think that shot with the fireballs might be Frankie Ray, a different Nova, also one of his heralds. We can talk about that theory in a separate video, but still, do not think they are replacing the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer. We're going to get that character in the future of the MCU and in the 616, but for now, they're exploring Galactus's connection to Franklin Richards, which is why the name First Steps not only counts for them being space explorers and astronauts' first steps on the moon, but first steps for their child, Franklin Richards, who we don't see present in this trailer. He has an undeniable connection to Galactus, including one insane storyline from Earth X that I really enjoy, in which he ends up becoming Galactus. I highly recommend that if you're interested in any of the connection between Franklin Richards Galactus, that you guys grab a couple of comics. I'll make sure to maybe update a list down in the description for what you should read. Earth X is one of them, because even though they haven't clearly stated it, I think there's a lot of things that come into play that could cross over nicely with Secret Wars. Now, all in all,
pursue your passion with robotics and automation training at Universal Technical Institute.
They basically sandbagged this trailer. They did not show us much at all. This is exactly what I expected.
Yeah, I expected some short, not short, but yeah, some short and not short. That's what Marvel's known for, not showing too much. Like Captain America, same thing.
But overall, they did give us a look and feel of the film, and quite honestly, guys, I'm for it. I like the idea.
Yeah, I fuck with it. That's what I was saying. I'm looking forward to it.
Of them doing something different with the Fantastic Four, not trying to just wedge them in the 616, and it's not too often that we're gonna get stuff that's set in the past, because Marvel Studios, as I've said, has been in for a while trying to avoid the whole prequel thing. But really, I think this movie comes down to two things. Number one, Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. If he absolutely nails this portrayal, I think it can go a long way. If he falters as Reed Richards, I think it has a possibility of undermining the entire film. The second thing is that what they decide to do with the film as far as the plot, because I feel like Marvel Studios has erred on the side of keeping it safe. Even where we heard Deadpool and Wolverine was meant to set up a ton for Avengers Secret Wars, it really didn't do half the things I expected it to. Here we are now a year out from Avengers Doomsday, 2 years out from Avengers Secret Wars. We've got a multiversal film in the Fantastic Four that's already teasing wormholes in a different part of the multiverse. If they don't go a long way in setting up Doom and some of those elements of Secret Wars in this film, I just don't know when they're going to have time to do it. To me, those are the two biggest things that I didn't expect to be answered in this trailer, But as we continue to get more footage and more promo, I'm super interested to see how this all shapes up and what it is setting up for the 2 Avengers movies. You guys let me know all your thoughts though down below, both reaction to the trailer, if you liked it. Of course, there are definitely Easter eggs and little things in here I might have missed. Please leave them in the comments as well. Let's get into the giveaway stuff. We're still giving away PS.
Yeah, no, I like it though, man. Like it up, man. Somebody tell me what you think in the comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I fuck with it. I like it. I'm looking forward to it, man. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. If you're looking forward to it too, or you think it's alright, you think it's ass, let me know in the comment below. With your own opinion. But yeah, like it up, sub, hit the bell. And yeah, peace.